What's up, world? So I'm coming back to clarify what you just heard on this video. So my wife came home complaining about the car's making a really loud noise and she was afraid to drive it, like seriously afraid to drive it. So I was afraid to even crank it up when she came home. So I ended up running VCDS software, and the main codes that came up were oxygen sensor, bank one, both. It was a error on both sensors, and that led me to believe there was something going wrong with the exhaust side. So I originally thought it was an exhaust manifold that was damaged, and with it being bank one, looking at the Audi firing order, engine diagram, it shows bank one being on the passenger side. So then, at some point I decided to crank the car up, and then you can hear the noise that you hear in this video, and it was primarily coming from the passenger side. So it was telling me something's broken on the passenger side, an exhaust leak. And that being said, I got on the internet and started looking for catalytic converters, just thinking that that's probably what it is, like a blown cat or something like that. As you can see, a catalytic converter costs you right around $1,000 for this vehicle aftermarket. So I was like, all right, I could probably change the cat out myself and order it from O'Reilly's or wherever, and it won't be the end of the world because I'm pretty handy. I can work on cars. So then I realized how difficult it is to get the cat off one of these vehicles. You definitely need a lift and some patience. So I said, man, it's too big of a job for me right now. So I decided to take it to the shop that I always deal with, and they told me to they look up the parts, let me know. They called me back and was like, hey, I can let you know what it is. It's like, I brought the car to them originally, and they said, all right, you have a broken cat. Like, all right, I kind of knew that already. I was like, all right, how much is it gonna cost? And they was like, oh, like $3,400. I was like, what? Like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, for a cat? I'm like, how much is labor? How much is the cat? And it's like, oh, labor is like $850. I'm like, okay, that's not a big deal. $850, yeah, it's expensive, but hey, if you got a job, you own a car like this, whatever, $850. But then the price of the cat was like, nah, you gotta be kidding. Like, this is robbery. So I said, let me see if I can find one cheaper. So I told her about the one on internet, and she was like, well, hey, look, the owner of the shop is not going to install an aftermarket cat. He's had bad experiences, and he's just not going to do it. So you have to get an Audi cat. So I called Audi at the next town over, and basically they gave me the same thing, same price as they gave my shop, just thinking I can get it cheaper. I called up some friend favors, same thing. Went to the internet. I found one a little cheaper on the internet, but then when you're talking about shipping a part from another state, it costs $2,000, and I was like, nah, you know what? Just bite the bullet. So I took it in. I went ahead and spent the money. They replaced the cat in like a day. Didn't take them long at all. And as you can see, what actually broke on the cat was actually nothing wrong with the catalytic converter itself. It was just the well at the well neck where it bolts up to the cat back. So actually, I think actually where it bolts to the downpipe or the exhaust manifold. So that broke and cost me all of this money and grief. A silly well, and most people say, why didn't you just weld it back up? I mean, to be able to weld it properly, we'll have to take it off the car, then you have to get the right angles to match up. So I think I made the right choice by replacing it. Would it have been nicer to save myself $1,000 and get this aftermarket part? Probably so, but then again, this guy who works on my cars, he is an expert, and he probably does know something about Audi engines that may damage aftermarket cats, or aftermarket cats just may not be as compatible with these cars. It could leave you with check engine lights, things like that. And after he did this work, he recognized that I really did have a check engine light come on that was related to my sensor, and thankfully he was able to clear it for me. I brought it back to him. There was no additional charge. He was able to clear my check engine light. It was related to an O2 sensor. I think he just had to reset it. So all in all, he did a proper repair. He did a good job on it. It's just the sticker shock of when something like this breaks on an Audi. It can really set you back a lot more than what you think. So that being said, just be knowledgeable if you plan on buying an Audi that may have some miles on it, may not be under warranty. If you're on a budget, this is probably not the car for you. If you have a little bit of extra change, or you can make up money pretty quick, and you want to ride clean. I mean, why else would you buy an Audi? You don't buy an Audi to be economical. You buy an Audi because you like it, because it's a nice vehicle, because it's clean, because it's fresh. So if you want to ride clean, you want to ride fresh. There's an old phrase that I used to hear, and that phrase is that it costs to be the boss. So yeah, I'm gonna end you with a couple quick revs on the outro. Peace.